Hello everyone. I'm sorry for the delay. I was supposed to start at 6, but some things happened at school and I had to stay. So just let's go today and keep doing what we were doing last week. We were talking about quadrilaterals, and as I can see now, there's a circle here. And so let's just keep going. We are far behind, and we want to finish this package by like it was supposed to be finished by last week, but just keep going to see what happens. Now, circle O is centered at the origin. Point D, -2, 3.5, lies on the circle. What is the approximate length of the radius of the circle? So first, I see here, this is a circle. The origin is 0, 0, so this is the center of the circle, and this is going to be 0, 0, 0, 0. Now I know point D lies in -2, -3.5, so it will be something like this. So I will say that this D is point D, which is -2, -3. Now it is asking what is the approximate length of the radius, and in all circles, the radius is going to be the distance between the center and one point of the circle. And it doesn't matter the point. All of these blue lines are going to be the same distance because they are the radius of the circle. So it doesn't matter which point it is. And so basically, the only thing we need to know is calculate the distance between this point, which is 0, 0, and this point, -2, -3.5. We use the distance, so we use the distance formula. And we know that the distance formula is going to be d equal square root of x minus, or x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. And this is going to be equal square root x2. I'm going to say I will say -2, 0, like -2 minus 0, -3.5 minus 0. So it's only using like -2 minus 0 is just -2, so -2 square, -3.5 minus 0 is just -3.5, so -3.5 square. And we need to calculate this. Now, negative and negative is going to be positive, so I know that it's going to be square root of 4 plus now square root of -3.5, so -3.5 times 3.5. Negative times negative is positive, so I just put it positive either way. And this is going to be 12.25. 4 plus 12.25 is going to be 16.25. And we go to our calculator and we say the square root. Wait. The square root. Okay. The square root of 16.25. It is approximately 4.03. So this is approximately 4.03. Yeah, approximately 4. That's the nearest one. And that's her answer. Now, point A is located on circle C. Okay. The center of circle C is negative 4.2. What is the length of the diameter of the circle? Okay. Now, I'll draw another circle. This circle, this is the center C, and this is going to be C, and this is negative 4.2. Now, A is 0, 4. This is going to be A, I'm going to put another color. A is 0, 4. Now, if we calculate this, we're going to be calculating the radius. And they're asking us for the diameter. And since we know the properties of a circle, we know that the diameter is 2 times the radius. So this, like this, like passing through the center. Okay, that's the best I could do. This right there is the diameter. And since we also know that all the, like this is a radius and this is another radius and all radius are equal, we know that the diameter is just 2 radius. 2, 2 radius. Alright. Now we can do the same we did before. We use the distance formula. Which is this one. I don't know. I'm not going to copy it again. And I'm going to say that d equal square root of. Now, x2 will be 4. It will be 0. 0 minus 4 is just 0 plus 4 square. And now plus 4 minus 2 square. And distance is equal square root of 0 plus 4 is 4. 4 square is 16 plus 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4, so 4. Distance is square root of 20. Um, Let me see the kind of answer they have. Okay, now the square root of 20, we can say that it could be the square root of 4 times 5, since 4 times 5 is equal to 20. And this can be written as okay, I'm going to continue this here. Here. Okay, we have a square root of 4 times 5. This can be written as a square root of 4 times a square root of 5. And now we already know that the square root of 4 is 2. So distance is equal to the square root of 5. That's basically it. Here is my answer. Now, 47. The center of a circle is okay, and its radius is 4. Which point lies outside the circle? Okay, this is quite easy, so I'm going to explain why, because it doesn't seem easy at first. If you're interested in applying to college, this kind of questions exactly like this appear on the SAT, so it's kind of useful to know it. So we know that the center is 5, -3. And we know that the radius is 4, so it's going to be 4 up, 4 to the right, 4 down, and 4 to the left. So 4 up for this radius right here is going to be 9, -3. 4 to the right is going to be 5. Wait. I miss here something. This is 5, 1. This up. This is in the y value. So I'm sorry about that. Um, um, -3 plus 4 is 1. Now, this is to the right, so 5 plus 4 is 9, so 9, -3. Now down, another colors, I don't know why. Down, 5, -3 minus 4 is -7. And here to the right is 5 minus 4 is 1, so 1 comma negative 3. And these are my points. I know that anything outside these points is out of the circle. So I see here 4 comma negative 2, go to 4. Okay, 4 comma negative 2 is going to be something through here. So this is inside the circle. And it is asking which point lies outside. So this is not my answer. Now 6 comma 0. Okay, 6 is going to be here, comma 0 is going to be here. So also inside. 4 comma negative 5. So it makes here 4 over here is going to be negative 5. And now negative 1 comma negative 4. And now you can see here that there is no negative 1. That the farthest from the center is 1 comma negative 3 to the left. So there is no negative 1. Like negative 1 will be something. Negative 1 comma negative 4 will be something over here, which is obviously outside the circle. Therefore, this is my answer. And that's all we need to do. Now 48 is the same. Now which of these points lies on the circle that is labeled that center is 3 comma 0 2, like this is 3 comma 0 and passes through point 3 comma 2. Now in this one we don't need to use any formula, we just graph it. Okay, I graph my circle. I know that this is going to be 3 comma 0. Now I say that passes through the point. It means that the point 3 comma 2 is somewhere in the blue line because it passes through the point. So okay, 2 up. So this is 3 comma 2. Now I see that the x value is the same, so this time is easy to calculate it. It's going to be on 0 to, so I mean 3 to 3 is 0, 0 to 2 is 2, so the radius is going to be equal to. You can also use the distance formula and you'll get the same answer if you don't see it as easy as that. Now it's asking which point is outside, so we know that the radius is 2, so let's keep doing what we did before. Wait. Okay, 2 to the right is going to be 5 comma 0. 3 plus 2 is 5, so 2 down. 0 minus 2 is negative 2, so 3 comma negative 2. Now 2 to the left. Oops. 2 to the left will be 3 minus 2, which is going to be 1, so 1 comma 0. And these are my points, and anything outside this is out of circle. Now I have 0 comma 1. Okay, I have 0. Okay. Right here, we see that the 0 comma 1 will be something over here. Because this is 1, so the 0 will be like over here will be 0 comma 0, so 0 comma 1 will be over here. That's outside the circle, but it just still can just still can. Okay, now we're wait, now we're searching for one that lies on the circle. And with that, it means that one point that lies in the border, in the circumference of the circle. So, okay, this is not our answer. It is outside of the circle. Now, 1 comma 2. Okay, go here. This is 1, and this is 1. This is 2, so outside of the circle as well. Now, 2 comma square root of 3. 2 comma square root of 3 is going to be somewhere over here. Since the square root of 3 is going to be 1 point something. Because we know that square root of 4 is 2, and the square root of 1 is 1, so it's in between. It's going to be 1 point something, so it could be over here. Maybe it lies here. We don't know. And then 4 comma negative square root of 2. So I go here 4, and I say negative square root of 2 is going to be 1 point something as well. So it's going to be over here. Now, it is asking which point lies on the circle. We already know that the radius is 2, so what we can do is just calculating the distance between this point and the center and see which values to. So I have the distance formula, another color in this case. I'm going to first do C and then I'll do D. Square root of 4 minus 3 square minus negative square root 2 minus 0. So it's just negative square root 2 square. So this is plus, not minus. I'm sorry about that. So 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 squared is just 1. Now plus negative 2 squared multiplied by negative 2, like square root of 2, it's just going to cancel the 2 with the square root, and minus times minus is just positive, so it will be plus 2. And we'll get d equal square root of 3. Yeah, that's definitely not 2, that is a little bit less than 2. So our point is not going to be lying on the circle. It's going to be over like the region we predicted, which is right here. And this is also another answer. Now for the other one. Oh, this was a square root of 3. Never mind. Oh, I was doing D. Never mind. Okay. In this case, okay, D is not our answer. That's the one I calculated. X and Y. I'm sorry about that. I thought I was doing C. Oh, whatever. Now for D, we use the same formula. That will be 2 square root of 3, so 2 minus 3 squared plus 0 minus square root of 3 is just square root of 3, so square root of 3 squared. D equal 2 minus 3 is negative 1, but negative 1 squared is just 1. And now we cancel the 2 with the square root and we get 3, so D equals square root of 4. And D equal 2. And now as you can see, it is the same radius as the like the same radius that the point that the circle has. So we know that it is over here and it does lie on the circle. So our answer is C. Now 49. A circle is centered at the origin and contains the point. Okay, we have the following could be another point on the circle. Oh, they are making they they are making this easy. We know that this is 0, 0 because in the origin. Now 5, 0 it lies on the circle, so 5, 0, 0, 5, negative 5, 0, and then 0, negative 5. And as you can see, our radius is going to be from 0 to 5, from 0 to 5, from 0 to 5, well, negative 5, but the distance keeps keep being 5, consider 5. So our radius is 5. And we know that all the points need to be inside of this to be part of the circle. Now, we have the following could be another point of the circle. So we see negative 3, comma 4. Negative 3 is going to be over here, and then the 4 is going to be over here. And when I connect them, it's slightly outside, but we didn't calculate it, so we're not sure. Then, um, wait, okay, 4 comma 4 is going to be here, and this is 4, so it's going to be here. It's also a little bit outside. So, we don't know, because they're asking which of the following could be another point of the circle. Could be, cannot be, sometime we need to calculate it. And now we have 5 comma 5, 5 comma 5 here. I mean, this is 5 comma 0 and this is 0 comma 5, so 5 comma 5 right here. So it is out of the circle. This is not my answer. Now negative 5 comma negative 5 is almost the same. It's just we continue this point and we get right here out of the circle. This is not my answer. Now we need to calculate it again as we did in the previous exercise. What I think to be really fast is you get used to use the formula. So distance equal now square root is 0, 0, so it is just 4 squared. It's going to be 4 minus 0 and 4 minus 0, so it's going to be 4 squared plus 4 squared, which is 16 plus 16. This is going to be 32. We know that the 5. Wait, we know that the square root of 25 is the one that is 5. So the square root of 32 is going to be greater than 5. So it's going to be somewhere over here. That point. So this is going to be greater than 5. So that's not what we're looking for. Now in this case, it's negative 3, 4. So I have the distance. Since it is 0 here, I'm just going to put these numbers. So it will be negative 3 squared plus 4 squared. So 9 plus 16. 9 plus 16 is 25, so square root of 25, and we get 5. And that's the radius we were looking for. So this is negative 3, 2. I mean negative 3, 4. And that's our answer. And 50. The point 3, negative 6 is an endpoint to a diameter of circle P. The equation, okay, represents circle P. Where is the y coordinate of the endpoint of this diameter? Now, it starts to becoming complicated. In your classes, you should have studied the circle formula, which is very useful later on throughout all your studies. So it's better to learning now than just forget it later. And you know that this circle formula is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal r squared, which h comma k is the center of the circle and r is the radius. Wait. Something to take into account is that the radius, that the number you see here, is the square root of the radius, it's not the radius itself. What we need to do now is group this. I have that x squared minus 6x plus y squared plus 2y equals 15. Now we're missing something here. As you can see, we want the equation, like the whole thing, square instead of a big equation. So what we are going to do, every time we see this is very important, we divide the middle number by 2, in this case 6, and we square it. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 3 squared is going to be 9. So plus 9, and all we add here, we're going to add it here. So plus 9. Let me put this in the upper part. Okay. Now 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1, so plus 1. And this is going to be plus 1. Now, in this case, we're going to do the same. We divided 6 by 2 and we put x. Since the 6 is negative, it's going to be minus 3. It's going to be square. And now, I will say that 2 divided by 2 is 1. So it is positive. It will be y plus 1 square. Now, 15 plus 9, 24, plus 1 is 25. And based on that, and what I said before, which is this is the center and this is the radius, I will say that the center of this circle will be 3, negative 1. Because in the equation we change the signs. The center is h, k. And in the equation they are negative, so we change the signs. And the radius will be a square root of 25, which is 5. Now the equation is saying that the endpoint of a diameter, so one point in the line of the circle is going to be 3, negative 6. So I make my circle. I know that my center is 3, negative 1. 3, negative 1. And I know that the one point is 3, negative 6. And since they have, as you can see, they have the same weight. 3, negative 6 is in the bottom, not in the. Let me draw it right, since the y value is decreasing. So this is 3, negative 6. Negative 6. Now, as you can see, they have the same x value, which is 3. And the difference between 1 and 6 is 5, which is the radius we got. They are asking for, now that we have all of this, the equation is asking for the other endpoint of the diameter. And the diameter is just 2 radius that like connect with each other and passes through the center. And we know that it's going to be 5 more here. So there are 5 here, so 5 more here. And then negative 1 plus 5 is going to be 4. And we keep the same x value since we have been keeping it. So it will be 3, 4. And that's the value of the point, which is the other end of the diameter. And we go to our answer. Oh, it's asking what is the y coordinate. So the y coordinate is the one in the right, in this case 4. And our answer is 4. And that's it. Now 51. I think I'll do 51, 52, and I'll finish for this week. I'm trying to do it as fast as I can, but that you can still understand, but just keep going. Now, a circle drawn on a coordinate plane has a center, okay, and contains the point, okay. Hannah wants to prove that the point lies on the circle. Which of the following steps could Hannah take? Okay, like we don't need to do any drawing here. We just need to analyze, which is could be difficult. Um, and I'm going to see what makes sense here. Now, if you are having problems, I will actually draw. We know that the circle drawn on a coordinate plane. Okay, center. Oops, I'm going to draw the circle. So this is the circle. This is the center, negative 1 comma 2. And then the point, it contains the point negative 1 comma 0. And she wants to prove that the point negative 2 comma 3.7 is on the circle. So this point right here, negative 2 comma 3.7 is in the circle. Or by visualizing this, something that I can see is that this point, like the radius, if we have these 2 points, we can know the radius and they have the same x value. So we're going to just see the difference in the y, which is going to be 2. So the radius is 2. And for this point to be in the radius, like in the circle, this radius must also be 2. So I'm going to read this and see what makes sense. Show that negative 1, 2 and negative 1, 0 are at the same distance from the point negative 2,3.7. That's not going to work. Why? Because if these 2 points were at the same distance, then like the point will be something over here, like over here to make a isosceles triangle, which is not what we're looking for. As you can see, I'm drawing this, and this is negative 1, this must be over here, negative 2. And then if this is 2, this over here must be 3.7. So I'm drawing it to scale basically. As you can see, there is no way that it is like it is the same distance from here to here than from here to here. So it just doesn't make sense at all. And this is not our answer. Now, should that point negative 2, 3.7 and negative 1, 7 are at the same distance from point negative 1, 2. Now it does make sense. Yeah, this is right. Why? Because negative 1, 2, and if this point is at the same distance from the center than this other point, is a like the distance from that other point to the center, they are both the same. It means that they are both lying on the same circle. So this is basically what I was talking before, what I wanted to do if they were asking me to prove it. So yeah, this is one way. Now it says select all that apply, so I just keep going. Now determine the equation of the circle and shows that negative 2,3.7 satisfy this equation. That's also true because we're going to get like we could say that the equation of the circle, we know the center is this, so x minus minus 1, so plus 1 square plus y minus 2 square. Wait, this is going to be equal The radius is 2, so the radius square is 4. Now, if we what this is saying is a proof that they satisfy the equation, so it will be just plugging in, and we'll get, if we get the same result, it just means that it is right. So we'll be putting here the -2 and putting here the 3.7 and just calculating it. And yeah, that determine if it is a circle. Okay, yeah, if it satisfies the equation. Like if it satisfies the equation, then it's a circle, so we're good with that. Now determine the distance between -1, 0, -2, 3.7, and shows that is the radius. And this doesn't make sense. They're asking that show that this distance right here is a radius, and we definitely don't want that. That's not going to prove that they're in the same circle. That doesn't even matter at all, depending on the properties that were like that the circle has. So this is not my answer. D is not my answer. Now determine the distance between -1, 2, which is the center, and -2, 3.7, which is right here, and shows that is twice the radius. Okay, we want to prove that um it is a circle. And if it is a circle, then the distance from like it lies on the circle. Then the distance from the center to that point should be the radius, not twice the radius. Therefore, that cannot be the answer. Because then it would be like too large. So E is not my answer, and we are left with B and C. Now give me 1 second, and then I'm going to do the last one, which will be 52. Now some shares surrounding a fire pit from a circle form a circle. The fire pit is at the center of the circle formed by the shares. Share A is located at -1, 2. Share B is located at 5, 10. And share C is located at -3, 6. If diameter of the circle share A and share B, what is the location of the fire pit F? Okay, let's draw it. We have this. Okay, we know that there is a fire pit. Fire pit is at the center, so here is going to be the fire pit F. And then I know that point A is -1, 2. So -1, 2 is A. And then over here, B is 5, 10. And this is going to be our diameter. And now, if AB, like if the line AB is the diameter, we know that the radius is going to be in the middle. So we can just use the middle point formula. So the middle point is going to be equal x1 plus x2 over 2, sorry, comma, y1 plus y2 over 2. So we have the points, and I'm going to say 5 plus 1 plus -1 is just 5 minus 1 over 2. comma 10 plus 2 10 plus 2 over 2. Midpoint is going to be equal 4 over 2 comma 12 over 2. Midpoint is going to be equal 2 comma 6. So the location of the fire pit is 2 comma 6, which is right here. Now, George wants to place another chair, so it also lies on the circle. At which point could George place his chair? Okay, now we know that the circle, like the middle, is 2 comma 6. Right now, what we are going to do is calculate the radius, the distance of the radius. So we're going to use 2 points. I'm going to select d equals square root, and I know that I'm sorry for the sound. I'm really sorry. So I know that the square root is x2 minus x1. So I'm going to use this point, and 2 minus minus 1 is 2 plus 1 square plus y of 6, so 6 minus 2 square. Now 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 squared is 9, 6 minus 2 is 4, 4 squared is 16, so this is going to be a square root of 25, and this is going to be 5. And since I know that the angle is 5, I'm going to say this, okay, this here, right here. I'm going to keep the x equal to 2 comma 5 to the, like 5 down will be minus 5, like 6 minus 5. So it is 1. Then right here, I'm going to keep the 6. 2 plus 5 is 7, so 7 comma 6. Right here, keep the x and change the y, so 2 comma 11. 6 plus 5 is 11. And in this case, we keep the y. Um, 2 plus 5 is 7, so 7 comma 6. These are my points. Now I'm going to check the others. So 0 comma 10 is going to be okay. It also lies on the circle. So 0 comma 10 could be an answer. I think 0 comma 10 is going to be over here. Okay. Negative 2 comma, which is going to be 5 minus 3, which is, wait, 2 minus 5, which is minus 3. Sorry, my bad. Now it says negative 2 comma 3, and negative 2 comma 3 is going to be over here. It could also be in the circle, we don't know. 2 comma 6. Oh, it says select all that apply. Now 2 comma 6 with 2 comma 6 is the center, so it wouldn't lie on the circle. It needs to be in the circumference to lie on the circle. So any of the yellow part or orange part, whatever. Now 0 comma 0, it will be 0 over here, and then comma 0 will be over here since the minimum y value is 1, so it is obviously out of the circle. So this is no, and then 7 comma 6. Oh, 7 comma 6 actually one of my points. So yeah, this is a valid answer. It does lie in the circle. And then my other is 6 comma 3. And 6 comma 3, I don't think it does, but it could be over here. Let's check. So we have 3 points that I have to check, which is 0, like 0 comma 10, negative 2 comma 3, 6 comma 3. So basically I'll check using the list of formula and see what what diameter I got, and I'm gonna use the point. I'm always gonna use the center, which is 2,6. So distance equal root of 2 minus 0 is just 2, so 2 squared. 6 minus 10 is negative 4, so negative 4 squared. And 2 squared is 4, negative 4 squared is 16. And we get square root of 20, which is not 5. So this is not my answer. Now B, more or less the same. Square root negative 2 minus negative 2. That's going to be 4, or like negative 4 squared, plus 6 minus 3. So it will be 3 squared. Now 4 square, negative 4 squared is 16. It's positive 16, so 16 plus 3 squared is 9. And then this is equal to the square root of 25, and then it is 5, so I got the answer right. Now, F 6, what did it? No, distance formula, and I know the square root, and this is going to be 2,6, right? Yeah, so it will be 6 minus 2, which is 4, so 4 squared. 3 minus 6 plus 3 minus 6, which is going to be negative 3 square. The equal 4 squared is 16, so 16 3 squared 9. 9, the equal square root of 25, and the equal 5. So yeah, this is part of the circle since it has the same diameter. And we have our answers right there. I hope this has been very helpful, and I hope to see you guys next week. Don't forget to go to Discord, and I'm sorry if this video is posted late. I'm pretty busy today and still have things to do. Thank you for listening. Have a great weekend, everything else.